What's going on, kings and queens? It's your girl, Wisdom's daughter. Welcome back to the channel. Family, what's going on, kinfolk? If you are new here, welcome. And Wisdom family, y'all already know. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe so that you can participate in the live chat. And yeah, we gonna go ahead and get right into the foolishness. Sorry that I was not able to get on the other day. My computer was tripping, y'all. I'm not really sure what was going on. My computer disconnected from the Wi-Fi. I checked my cell phone, checked the TV, everything is good. I get it fixed, and then my computer decides it's a good time for a reset or restart. Okay, it wasn't a good time for me because everything I had set up, I lost everything, and at that point, I was just so frustrated. And then my child called me. It was over. All right, but I am back. Let me go ahead and see who is first in the building. Let's go ahead and greet the Wisdom fam. Jammy Jam in the building said, "Hello." What's going on, Queen? Sammy Cake is in the building. Leo Lady 251 said, good Monday evening at Wisdom's daughter. Hello, chat and mods. Hello to you too, Queen. All right, I got the woman he chose. Say, hey guys, I will be back shortly. Shirley. I'll be back shortly. Shirley better not be going back to Neesto. I know that's right. June's Poetry said, hello, family. Hope life is going well for you. Glad to be here with you. I, Mrs. BB, is in the building. Queen B in the building. Nubian Queen is in the building. DD Phoenix, I see you in the building, said hi, WD in chat. I get off in like 12 minutes. Okay, I know that's right. Look here. Look her. No, look her. We're going to be here. MNPD's finest in the building. Kimmy, Queen, where you been? What's going on? I got Kia Elder. I got Andrea. Onisha. Thank you, all of you, for being in the building. Casino Lady, I see you. All right, Wisdom fam. Thank y'all so much. All right. First up in the building, shout out to all the Wisdom ambassadors. If you are interested in becoming a member, I will drop the link for y'all shortly. All right. I got to set up something real quick, and then we're going to jump right into this call because your boy done spilled all the tea, okay? Dion been running his damn mouth, all right? He done told us everything about the truck, okay? Done spilled all the tea. All right. And for those of you who missed the last live that I did, we actually went through the entire document from the state and the discovery with this sales receipt. And how about Neesto financed that damn truck, that mother trucking truck, okay? He financed it at a 29% APR. Are you crazy? Apparently, like, who did? Shirley's credit must have been shot to have almost a 30% APR on the truck. And Neesto financed it anyway. How are you going to explain that? All right, because basically what they're trying to say, the defense and a certain content creator is trying to say that she, Shirley knew about the vehicle and that it was hers and it's not a third. Well, you know what? I thought we squashed this on the other night, but apparently we gonna have to listen and get it from the horse's mouth. So we're gonna hear from Dion in just a second. Y'all give me a few minutes. Let me just set something up in the background because as I said, the live chat is going into subscriber only in just a momentito. All right. Hope all of y'all doing well. Oh yeah, I got good news. I finally got to the eye doctor. Okay. And I know I wasn't tripping. My vision in my left eye just like went haywire. It is completely different from the other eye. And that's why I could not see with not these glasses, not the other glasses, switching back and forth, looking crazy on this live. And so they got me fixed up. So I just have to wait for my new frames. But I wanted to let y'all know that I got my new glasses coming and your girl had to go to the eye doctor. Other than that, my eyes are fine. They said it's probably just a temporary change and they're not really sure, but I'm like, listen, I got to be able to see because I be on these lives like what the day is. What it say? What did it? Okay then. Okay, over here wowing and shh like Neesto. All right. Okay, so I think we're good. I think we got everything set up as good as we gonna get it. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. Social wife Melissa, you ready? Queen, are you ready to get into the shenanigans? Okay. I got Jadis Allen in the building. Said, good evening, WD. Good seeing you. Much blessings. Lonnie, what's going on? You sleep? Lonnie, sound like you sleep. what you what you doing over there, Sherry? What you do? You making popcorn? It sound like you're making popcorn. All right. Neesto be killing me with that. So we're also Wu-Ang is in the building. We also got to talk about a one side hen, okay? Yeah, her. We gonna talk about her a little bit because she got her 2 cents all in the Kool-Aid. Okay, her hands is just, she just all up in the gravy. So let's get into this call. This call is from, let me just a second. Let me just pull it up. This is a call that Phone Calls from Prison originally released when she did a 12-part series on Neesto, and this is back from the beginning. But at the time, we only heard a part of it. So we're going to actually hear the full call, and we're going to find out about what's going on with this truck. This is around the time that Neesto was arrested. Okay, so Neesto gets arrested. Okay, he's still thinking he about to make bon. Okay, but he didn't know that he was going to be in jail for this long. Kia Elder, thank you so much for being a member for 6 months, Queen. I appreciate you. Yeah, make sure y'all get y'all snacks and your popcorn. All right, I got me some water over here. Okay. So I can make it through this live. But anyway, so Nesto's in jail and they're having a whole conversation about this truck because Neesto is assuming that Shirley or Dion, I think he was assuming his son Dion is just going to be able to pick up this truck that has a 29% APR. Dee Phoenix said, you have 30% on credit cards, 30% on a car note. Ouch. You'll never pay that car off. And we're going to clear up something tonight because there was some talk about whether Dion was saying that the truck was paid off or paid up or what that meant. I listened to it again. I heard what the man said, okay? Because somehow or other, paid up turned into it was paid off. I think Neesto got a little bit confused and probably forgot how he got this damn truck in the first place. How are you incarcerated? You in county jail. Going on 3 years, pending trial, and you still getting caught in fraudulent schemes, right? Fraudulent transactions against your wife this time. Only Neesto, okay? Only Neesto is still getting caught up in the fraudulent shenanigans. Neesto, baby, listen, I can't with you. I really can't with you. I don't even know what to say about Neesto Novo, okay? You in jail and still getting caught with the shenanigans. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to this. Hold on 1 second. Let me just do a couple of things here. All right. And then there's gonna be some commentary. We're gonna make some stops along the way because y'all already know I'm ready to clown on tonight. That's what we do here. So if you are new here, we like to laugh and clown over here on this channel. So I hope you have a sense of humor. And if you don't, just wait 5 minutes, okay? All right, here we go. All right, so hold on 1 second. So there is a footnote that says a small portion of this call was featured in part 8 of the Shirley Strawberry series titled A Family Affair. Okay, so now we listening to the uncut call. Those of you who are new or semi-new or kind of forgot about what's happening with this story, go on to Phone Calls from Prison. We call her PCFP for short. Go on to her channel, Phone Calls from Prison. There's only one, all right? And go to the Neesto playlist. And it's like I think it's like a 12-part series. And you literally can go back to the beginning and get caught up on the foolery. All right, here we go.
What's just a message? Hello?
What you say now?
Yeah, I text your son, and he didn't respond. I texted him around 5 o'clock.
Okay.
But I didn't call him. But I said to him, I don't know who that is. This is around 2:42. This is Sonia. You need a power of attorney to get your dad's truck. Send me your email address. I will forward one to you Monday. You need to give this to his wife to sign and have notarized.
All right, let's just stop right there for just a second. Okay, so that is that's side hen. Okay, you see her on the screen on her little scooter, on her little poom poom shorts, and her notorious white shirt. All right, the white shirt is as infamous as she is. She sends a text message to Neesto's son, who does not know her from a can of paint, saying, you need, right? Because this what you ain't gonna do. You ain't gonna send me a text message and I don't know who you is talking about I need to do something. I don't need to do nothing, but I ain't side him. Okay. Sonia talking about you need to complete a power of attorney. All right. Get the wife to sign it so that you can pick up the truck. And if you don't have one, I'll send one to you. What did she think was going to be his response? Okay, especially today where, you know, people are sending you text messages, all type of stuff, trying to gain your information. Okay, why am I just noticing Sonia and her ponytail on that scooter? None of your business. Yeah, I did that. Anyway, so that's how we starting off. Okay, she didn't call him. Right? A phone call could have cleared it up, but she didn't call him. She sends this man a text message. All right, here we go.
And I'll go like that.
Okay, he probably like, well, who the f- is this? He might think you're police.
Right. I mean, but he knows the situation, right?
Yeah, he knows the situation, but in his head, y'all ain't talk. You know, he
like these young kids like to text anyway.
I know, but he don't like to do all that. He like me and you. He ain't no regular person.
Should we call him?
Yeah, you have to call him. He ain't regular.
You said he ain't regular.
Nah, he ain't regular. He right. He like me and you.
He ain't regular. I don't know what the hell that means. Is he an alien? I mean, I know what he meant, but I'm just saying he ain't like me. He's like me and you. He ain't regular. He ain't no regular person. Well, what kind of person is he? Okay, because you could be a regular person and don't like the text, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay, then that's though he ain't regular. With a daddy like you, I guess he ain't regular.
Special?
Yeah, he's special.
I guess so, huh?
Yeah, he's special.
Yeah, okay, so that's him right there. Neesto. Dion, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I sent you a text this Sonia. Your father asked me to send you a text regarding.
I'm on the line. Tell him I'm on the line. So
he can hear you.
Yeah.
He can hear you.
Okay, cause I told him you special. You like me. You like me and her. You don't do that text shit. You got to talk real.
I don't know. She the police.
Yeah, I just told her that.
Far from it. Oh my God.
I just told her that shit, pimp.
Far from it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So anyway, for you to get the truck, you need to get a power of attorney.
I ain't gonna get no truck. That's over with. No folks said that is part of the investigation.
All right, so we're gonna pause right there. All right, so we got Sonia over here, like Dion. Now notice she ain't say this is your father's side hen. Okay, this is your daddy's side change. I'm the side chick. I'm the wannabe wife. Okay. Anyway, this is Sonia. Your father wanted me to call you. Well, you should have just did that the first time. You know, Neesto is on the phone. Why can't Neesto? Why it always got to be the Sonia show? But anyway, so she again is telling Neesto, not telling Neesto, telling Deon that he needs to get a power of attorney. Well, Deon done shut the whole thing down. He's like, no, we ain't no more power of attorney. That's a wrap because that truck is a part of the investigation. Now, the whole purpose of this live is really to get clarification on what happened with this truck. What was the knowledge that was available at the time? Who knew what, when, and where, and how? That's what we're talking about for those of you who are just joining us. And I got some more little bitmojis of side hen that I'm going to bring up on the screen while we listen. All right. So Neesto's being told that the vehicle is part of the investigation. Okay. The entire vehicle, everything in the vehicle. Okay. The steering wheel, the 4 wheels, the 18 or however many windows was on the truck, the 2 wiper blades. Okay. Everything, the flatbed, it's all a part of the investigation. Okay. Let's go.
Have to wait till your case is over.
Oh, that's what they're trying to say.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
And I'm trying to say, that was she straight up said. Took that stuff. She said she's trying to goddamn. She said you got more charges coming. She said goddamn that the truck is part of the investigation because it's part of whatever evidence that they got going on. They took the paperwork out your truck. Eventually, the stuff that's in there, I say told the folks they might well just keep that shit.
Right.
They want them folks to come down now.
Right.
Chop it up with them.
Right.
Basically, to fry your ass.
So what? The what? Friday?
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Them folks
Yeah.
fry your ass.
They need more evidence. That's why you haven't been indicted. So they think maybe she can come down there and piece some
You
things
said
together.
that you was indicted on 2 charges. And I just like, oh, okay.
All right, so Sonia keeps inserting herself all up in the conversation, but she don't really know what the hell she's talking about. That's because he ain't been indicted, and then Deon turned around and say, no, he been indicted on 2 charges. Okay, that should have been Nesto's first clue that he was dealing with a dummy. Anyway, so the infamous paperwork is what Nesto was probably most concerned about when it came to him wanting to pick up this truck. He did not want them to see the piece of paper that he scribbled a victim's credit card number on. He didn't want them to see the fraudulent lease, okay, where he forged Sheridan's name and signature and Shirley's name and signature, okay, for a property that he said he ain't never stayed at and know nothing about it. He was just parking his cars there, even though he was actually caught in that property on Zoom with his BFF pretending to be an attorney. Okay. So yeah, that house that he didn't know nothing about, that he got a whole lease for. Anyway, that he wasn't paying rent on, which is no surprise. Anyway, he didn't want them to see the check that he also had, which was from an overpayment from, I believe, from either getting this truck or getting one of the other vehicles. So he had a lot of incriminating evidence in that truck that he did not want them to get a hold of.
Oh, okay.
That's what just happened.
That's what?
But you know, they could say one thing just to,
They do that to make you talk.
Yeah. But I ain't been indicted at all. Huh?
That's what he's talking about.
Right.
You really need to be called a little motherfucker man, because I be trying to let shit out, and you don't be knowing shit, but 30 times you know that.
Oops. He ain't got no memory.
That ain't that. He don't call me like he call everybody else. He be preserving his time.
So Dion is talking about Neesto. Neesto be calling every damn body else. Okay, let's be clear, aka side hen. Okay, the little one on the scooter. He calls everybody else except who he should be talking to, which is his family and the people that really matter most. There was also a comment made that, oh, that's what they do when they want you to talk. They need more evidence. I don't think they needed more evidence. I think they had plenty of evidence. And that's why Neesto is in the position that he is in right now, because they had a whole lot of evidence. Just pay attention to Sonia. Okay, listen to what she's saying and how she is inserting so much of her 2 cents without really knowing much. Okay, this is how Nesto's case got veered off course. It started from the very beginning. Okay, we don't really have a whole lot of information about what Neesto was talking about in the early months of his incarceration, because he was at Rice Street Jail first in Fulton County from basically the beginning of July, all of August, all of September, before he ended up getting moved. I think he was there for about 90 days before he got moved, if my memory serves me correctly. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Well,
You heard me?
Yeah, yeah. I heard you. Yeah, that's because what's the name went down there.
That shit damn nutcase. I don't know what it. I think they got that for Sheridan though.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You sure right.
I'm just playing a guessing game. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, you sure is right. Now, I'm stopping here for a second because they mentioned Sheridan, right? Here's my issue, and this has been one of my biggest issues. Neesto knows good and hell well that he forged this girl's signature on a lease for an apartment, or not an apartment, but a whole house that she was not living in. Not only did he forge her name or her signature, but he had the name of her kids listed, okay? And he didn't pay he wasn't paying his rent. He was behind several months in rent with all these expensive cars in the driveway. So they want to make sure that, this is not a situation where, you know, this is a family affair. Sheridan had to go down to the station to clear her name. You understand? And the fact that Neesto uses this as an opportunity to demonize this young girl, that's what pissed me off. Okay. And Shirley Strawberry, who's just up in the damn clouds, don't know shit about what's going on. Okay. Even the officer said, you don't know who you married. Okay. And at least now, she has been freed. Okay. She has been delivered. Okay. Women, thou art loosed. And she knows now, at least, that the officer was right. She didn't know who the hell she married. Let's continue.
You're right, because she ain't in none of my stuff or nothing. So you're absolutely right.
Was this your girlfriend?
Who?
That's me, but she's your girlfriend.
Keisha? Wow. Who?
That's not who they asked.
What?
You heard me?
Yeah, I heard you. Wow. They really trying to put something together, but they ain't got nothing.
Them folks said they ain't got nothing. Neesto, you still think they ain't got nothing? Neesto's out here fighting for his life. All right, he didn't say that, but in not so many words. He wasn't as dramatic as R. Kelly, but yeah, bruh's fighting anyway. He is he look, he's still fighting to get out. Okay, he's still fighting to get on up out of here. Hold on one second, y'all. Got my screens all messed up. All right, here we go.
Wow. Wow. They goddamn Sheridan ain't shit. She ain't shit. I told mama she ain't shit at all. I said, if something happened to you, you should be fucking done. Kids be outside in the streets. Me too.
He said me too. Neesto, you ain't ish. Neesto, can I ask y'all a question? What do y'all think was I mean, we heard some of it, but what do y'all think was Shirley's natural reaction when this man was talking about her child like a dog? Okay. Like for real, talking about her baby like a dog, talking about, well, if something happened, she ain't got ish and she'll be out on the street. And then he gonna turn around and say, me too. Right. Because Neesto, he ain't got ish, right? Neestos, how you gonna talk about if something go wrong, which it did go wrong, it went wrong in a big way, that Sheridan will be out on the street and you too, if you got all these businesses and you a legitimate businessman, huh? Okay, because even side him wondering like, huh? Really, Neesto? Nestos, I had to break it to you, bro, but things went real wrong, and Sheridan, she ain't on the streets, okay? Sheridan doing real good, all right? Because I seen it with my own two eyes, okay? And I have said it before, y'all have heard me say it. That young lady is gorgeous. I mean, she's got beautiful dark chocolate skin. She's tall. She looks better in person than in her photos. I mean, she is just a beautiful young lady with a heart of gold. Now you might be saying, well, how, you don't even know her like that. How you know she got a heart of gold? It was just her energy. Sorry, I got to get these shoes off. It was just her energy. The energy that she was given. She was given definitely loving daughter, got to protect my mama, type of energy. And I'll take that any day, all day. All right. I got these shoes off. I'm good now. All right, let's keep going, y'all.
That don't make no sense.
I want nobody to be out of the street.
Oh, no, I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about the fucking daughter.
You're right.
No, I ain't talking about me. Shit,
You said me too. What the hell me too mean? Me too means me too, not me three.
Deon said he got you. Don't worry about her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we ain't worried about that.
Yeah, I ain't worrying about that shit. But yeah, that's all. They just trying to get on something. They ain't got nothing. I ain't did shit. So I know what's going on. I got a fire lawyer, so I ain't really worrying about that part.
Well, no folks straight told me. I straight got to the point. Hey man, I'm trying to come down there, and I'm trying to come get the truck. My folks told me that's not happening. They told me I couldn't get the property because the next of kin got to get the property, which is your boat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, that's not true. Y'all keep trying to make her come down there to talk to release property. I said, I done been in trouble before. That's not how that goes. Y'all just want to talk.
Dion said he done been in trouble before. I'm trying to remember. Somebody did, I think, a story on Dion's past and what he had gotten in trouble with before. We might have to revisit that and figure out what kind of trouble Deon had been in. Because, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. All right. Since we clowning today, we gonna put up Sonia the clown. All right. Kimmy, who said Neesto was mad when Shirley went back to speaking with her daughter and grandchildren. He knew he was done. He knew he wasn't gonna be able to come back to that house. That's what it was. Because remember, he couldn't be around children. So if she made up with her daughter and the kids is there, that's why he was trying to, he was trying to be get on up in Side Hen's house, right? Like, so did you get your apartment yet? Remember all the conversations when he kept asking Sonia if she found a place to stay yet? Because he want to know where he gonna lay his head at, right? He want to make sure he got a place to stay. Trying to strong arm Shirley into deciding right then and there whether or not, she want to stay with him or not. June's Poetry, thank you for being a member for 4 months. And I know you've been rocking with me a lot longer than that. It is better to be silent and thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. You need to know enough to know you don't know. Well, Neesto don't surround himself around people who know that they don't know. Okay. He surround himself around people that run their damn mouth and just get him into deeper trouble. Okay. Kia said none of your WD is a beast with the thumbnail. Yeah, let me. I got a few of them. I didn't even show you the other ones, but anyway, yeah, I'll be going ham on these thumbnails. I do. All right, so we're gonna leave this thumbnail up for a little bit, and we're gonna keep going. I'll come back to your comments. All right.
You're his son, so you can get it too.
Yeah, I know, but what they trying to do is they trying to make her come down there. And they trying to say that she's a victim too.
Yeah, she is a victim, Dion. Okay, and here go, silly ass song you're talking about because you the son, so you could go get it too. You can go get the truck too. No, the hell he can't. He cannot. Only the person who legally owns the truck can go pick up the truck. Okay. It was impounded by the police and it's being used in a police investigation. So, like Deon said, it's over. It's over, right? It's shut down. Okay. So, thinking or saying that Deon can go get the truck, that ain't how that go. All right. That ain't how, okay. Here's the problem with Side Hen. Okay, this is why you don't want side hens in your life. Okay, she tells Neesto what he wants to hear. Right? She fills this man with false hope. She is the queen of false hope and the queen of don't know ish. Okay, she's the queen of don't know a damn thing. All right, she's the queen of making assumptions. She's the queen of I'll do it on Monday. Okay. She don't never do what she's supposed to do when she's supposed to do it. Like not never. Anyway, Let's keep going.
Basically what it is.
Ain't no basically. Fuck it. That's what they said. I ain't got any shit code. That was going on.
Right. But they ain't though.
So like I told them, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what y'all accused them for. So I told her to break it down to me. She said, everything, but what the hell she got accused them for? So, you know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
He acting like you. I said, I asked her what she was in trouble for. I still don't know. She told me everything but what you accused for.
Thank you.
Now, when he says she, I'm assuming he's talking about Shirley. He asked Shirley, what is Neesto in trouble for, right? What did Daddy do? What happened with Daddy, right? What's going on with Daddy? Okay. And he's basically saying that she, meaning Shirley, I'm assuming it's Shirley, said everything but what Neesto is really in jail currently awaiting trial for. What does that tell you? That tell you that she didn't really know what was going on. She's listening to what Neesto said was going on, right? Sheridan saw through Nesto's BS when Shirley was blinded by that sick talk. That's why he couldn't stand her. All right, coming from none your business. I know that's right. None your business and everybody business, and me too. We getting all in Neesto and Dion and Shirley's business on tonight. Leo Lady 251 said, if something happened to Shirley Sheridan and her kids will be fine. They are fine. And they've been fine. When Shirley didn't have damn near a dime to her name, why do you think Shirley stopped paying the lawyer? You know, Shirley ain't that stupid. You really think that she was going to be 100% destitute? No, she had to fall back, and she did. Okay, it is what it is, and it was what it was. She fell back because she was not going to spend her last dime, on this ninja. Okay.
So she said she was the arresting officer though, but then she said she was a detective too. So I was like, that sounds confusing.
Well, because the case came to her before. It was an old case. It's not a new case. That's why the detective made the arrest instead of a police officer. Because it wasn't like a cop listen and a cop gets you and then the detective gets the case.
See, that's what I thought happened. I thought you got stuck on a traffic stop.
No.
Y'all gotta let Neesto talk, okay? Because he could tell y'all what going on. Sonya don't know nothing, okay? Sonya said it was an old case. She's not 100% wrong, but she just don't know how to articulate, okay? It was a warrant from a situation that he had with a victim that ended up becoming a part of this RICO case. That's what happens when you take somebody's car talking about, I'm gonna sell it for you, right? And instead of selling the car and using it as a down payment or a trade-in to get them what you're supposed to get them, which is what you promised them, which was a truck. What's going on? That girl repping BK New York is in the building. But that ain't what Neesto did. That girl, he done took the woman's car. Now she has a disabled son. How heartless can you be? Took the woman's car, gave it to another victim who might have very well had Stockholm syndrome. Okay, she was victimized by Neesto, but kind of still cared about him a little bit type situation. And that is why there are some out there who try to discredit this victim as if that don't ever happen, right? Anyway, but took the woman's car, and she's like, run me my money or give me back my car, and if I don't get it, I'm going to the police. She told Neesto. Then when she went to the police, she told him, right? Because we saw the text messages. So Neesto knew, right? Neesto told his wife a bold-faced lie. Talking about, well, my machine, I ain't know I had warrants out there like that, right? You got a machine where you could check everybody's doggone information, like everybody, right? But you don't know that you got an active warrant out there. Even after the woman that you womanized, that you love bombed, that you stole from, that you lied to, all right, that you gaslit, okay? that you ultimately victimized in more ways than one, in and out of the green waters, right? You didn't, she told you she went to the police. What you thought it was? Like, come on, Nesto. I can't with the nonsense, okay? Make it make sense. It ain't never gonna make sense, okay?
Let's go back to 2020, and then you got some from 21, and then you got the latest was June.
I get all that. Yeah. She's saying that she's the person that put the cuffs on him.
Right.
Yeah, she said, but she ain't no detective though. She's a white police. She's a police officer. She the one can't. She pulled me. No, she didn't pull me over. She saw me going down the street. She turned the fuck around. I pulled into a plaza, looking out a building there for rent. I had a video camera. I pulled my video camera out, and I videoed the police pulling up. And then the bridge pulled up. Another police.
Was she in a marked car?
No, she was in a police car. She was in a fucking police
Well,
car.
She was in a regular police car, right? A marked car, right?
Yeah,
y'all see it. Y'all hear
yeah.
how Nesto had to clean that up real quick. All right, Sonia actually knows something, y'all. She actually know a little something, okay? She asked Nesto, was the police officer in a marked car? No, she was in a regular police car. Right, a marked car. Was she in a regular police car, a marked car? Yeah, she was in a marked car. Look, y'all ever see older folks do that, right? They get caught in the middle of not knowing something and they realize it and they try to change it later. Lord have mercy, Nesto. You got to be a dumbass person. You got to be the worst criminal on earth. You don't know the difference between a marked and an unmarked car. You know what? You in trouble. You in trouble. Nesto got pulled over. Knowing, not even pulled. It's not so much that he got pulled over because he was already parked. The police pulled up on him. Okay, they pulled one of my moves. Okay, because they used to call me the pull up queen. Okay, I'm pulling up. So the police done pulled up on Nesto. You see the police, and your reaction is to get out of your car, looking at buildings and stuff. Get back in your car and activate your dash cam. Right? What you activating your dash cam for if you didn't do nothing? Okay, well, okay, maybe it's Roswell, and well, listen, black man in America, it's a crime to be black walking down the street. So maybe that was a smart thing. But the point is, in Nesto's case, he records situations because he knows he's up to no good, and he's hoping he can use that recording to say, see? Anyway, you see the police, and you know that you got this truck by fraudulent means. We didn't know that at the time. He knew. You know that you done committed numerous crimes against another victim in a county, not in the county you live in. That's a whole other county, but still, she done already told you she went to the police. You ain't scared. You ain't scared, Nesto. You didn't get the prickly pears on the back of your neck every time the police pull up alongside you, behind you, like, how you doing? How your mama doing? You got your driver's license and registration, please? Like, really? This man was running. That's what happens when you get away with crimes for so long. You start feeling like, you untouchable, right? That's what happened with Jeffrey Dahmer. When they asked Jeffrey Dahmer, like, what the hell, dude? Like, you wasn't afraid of getting caught? And he said every single time he expected to get caught. But when he didn't, he just kept doing it. It was easy. He just kept on, eating person after person, steak and eggs, or anyway.
Well, this is what happened. She told me that nothing like the computer equipment or stuff like that. And I was like, well, because she asked me this question, I was like, well, I really can't give you no answer because I don't know how to be around my daddy for a while. I didn't know that he was locked up for 3 weeks. So she tried to okay, I don't have a good relationship with him. I said, that's not what I said. I said, I wasn't around him. I said, he's starting a security company, and I'm not on that. I said, I'm out here trying to find some business I can start this Big Brother program with this barbershop. Y'all introduced me to Steve Harvey, and we did that program, and I realized they weren't listening to none of the older people. They didn't listen to nobody but me and you. They want to listen to you and try to tell them what's really going on out here. And they need to listen.
That's true.
So I brought that down to her. That's what I'm on. So we on two different paths right now. That don't mean what you think it means. You know what I'm saying?
Dion, cut it out. Hold on one second.
That's
I never know the truth. Huh?
Go ahead. What now?
Huh? Did y'all catch that right there? That was Dion's version of "My name is Bennett and I ain't in it." Okay, that's what that was right there. My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. I don't know nothing. I didn't see nothing. The only thing I know about Steve Harvey is when I was a part. And I'm trying to find the picture. Is when I was a part of his program. Okay, I got it. Hold on one second. It ain't the best picture, but I got it. I want to show it to y'all. One of the things that I did before Sidehand scrubbed Neesto's YouTube is I went and took a screenshot of every single picture that man had on his Instagrams, okay, on all of his Instagram. The Neesto security, the Neesto's buckhead, the Neesto's elite, whatever, a Neesto's million man person. Anyway, hold on a second. Let me move this comment out the way. So when he says that the only thing he know about the situation is he was a part of Steve Harvey's mentoring program, this is what he's referring to. Okay. And so that's Dion on the right, and that is Daddy or Diddy on the left. Okay. And here is the picture of Neesto with Steve Harvey. Neesto has some t-shirts that he wanted to have designed, and Steve Harvey was supposed to be helping him out with all of that. If he was balling like that, why would he need Steve Harvey's help? I'm just saying. I don't know. But anyway, we gonna keep going, because Sidehand is going to confirm what she knew. And the crazy, anyway, I'll get to that when we get there.
And I just let know the truth about Keisha shit, because at the time I didn't realize what took place with the Keisha thing, but I told her the truth though, that Keisha was a damn nutcase. She was, that's not the first time she heard that. So I don't know where these names coming from or what the hell going on. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
She has to touch the balls right here. Keisha.
Right.
And shit, that's really. It really is. Like I said, they took everything but like the clothes and security stuff out the car. The paperwork gone, she said.
Yeah, all that's gone. I don't even need none of that.
But then she lied to me too, and she said that motherfucker was on a repo list. And I'm like, shit, me. And then I got there get the confirmation that shit is paid up past up today.
That's right. That's right.
All right, let's hold on one second. There it was.
I'm just listening. I'm like, some of this shit not making sense.
All right. I'm gonna just take this back just a couple seconds. Neesto has a tell, okay? And one of his tells is that high-pitched laugh, where his laugh go up an octave. Like it's high for a man's voice, right? I can't even get my voice up that high. All right, hold on.
Like it was on a repo list, and I'm like, shit, me. And then I got there get the confirmation that shit is paid up past up today.
Okay, you heard what he said. He was told that the vehicle was on the repo list, that it was about to be repossessed. And he says, then I get confirmation that the truck was paid up. Okay, not paid off. Okay, two different things. There's paid up and there's paid off. Okay, the truck was paid up, and it was paid up past, meaning that he's insinuating that there was an overpayment. All right, that's what he's insinuating. And Neesto eventually jumps all over this, right? Telling Shirley that the truck is paid off. Truck was not paid off, right? We know that he financed the truck. It had a serious APR. And obviously, if Shirley Strawberry is making payments on the truck while he's incarcerated, then the truck is not paid off, right? What would she be making payments for if the truck was paid off? So it can't be both. Which one is it, right? Here's Neesto quoting a lie. Now, honestly, I'm going to tell you what I believe. I believe that truck really was on the repo list, that the truck was going to be sold at auction if they didn't come get that truck, right? Or maybe that's where the confusion is. Not that it was on the repo list, but the car was going to be sent to auction if they didn't come pick it up. When your car is impounded, you have a certain amount of time to go get it, and they're charging you by the day. All right, you got to pay all those fees. It's just like when your car gets towed. So after a while, you know, I know plenty of people that have bought cars from police auction. Got some good cars too. I'm just saying. But anyway, so that's that. But let's listen to his silly ass laugh.
That's right. That's right.
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
Neesto, why your voice went so high? That's right. That's why he sound like Goofy. Yup.
Listen, like, some of this shit not making sense. But I told her though, I like personally, they don't want to come down there and talk. Ain't nothing to talk about. They're scared of you. You know what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? They like, well, I know they probably feel like we trying to set them up with that. I'm like, but they don't know that. I'm like, but I don't mind coming down there and talking. But at the end of the day, y'all really just ain't telling. You still ain't saying nothing. But coming down there to talk, it still don't make sense. Y'all trying to eventually stick me down here, get her down here, and incriminate you. And I don't have that to say to y'all because there ain't shit to say.
Right. That's right. That's right.
She don't have nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? Like I told them, man, your business, you can touch your business how you can touch your business. You tell it yourself. And they want to know about Scotty Doo-Wop. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That comes from Sheridan.
Sure. Right.
Yep. That came from her.
So, you know, Scotty Doo-Wop.
I know what you're talking about.
You really want your truck. You have your attorney talk to her, your wife at all?
No, he said he's gonna call her back Monday. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on them Monday.
He would have to have a conversation with her.
I told her that neither one of us even have to go nowhere. The attorney can go get that stuff.
Right.
Your attorney.
Mm-hmm.
He can get your truck. This day was gonna release it. And he can get your property if they're gonna release it.
They can release the truck because no crime was committed in the truck. Because you got paperwork out of a truck.
She was saying that the crime was committed with the truck.
No, that is not true.
Dummy. Okay. I'm talking about side hand over here, looking all confused. Okay. What part of the truck is a part of the investigation? Don't your ignorant rabbit ass don't understand. Okay. What about it don't you understand? It was it's a part of the investigation. Okay. I am Mrs. BB. Thank you so much, Queen, for the super sticker. I appreciate the love. And may your gift return back to you tenfold, Queen. Thank you so very much for the continued support. Neesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame is in the building. Look here. Look her. Look her. Look her. What is it about your side hand that she don't understand that the truck ain't coming? It ain't coming back right now. The truck is evidence, okay? The truck is part of an investigation. What is it about that she don't understand? She keep telling Neesto, no, the son could go pick it up. No, the wife have to go pick it up. And I want to roll this back, not roll it back. I want to look at the transcript just 1 second because I could have sworn I heard Sonia say something about she wants her truck back. So hold on 1 second. Let me just read the transcript. So hang on. Let me just see what it says. So she says, don't mind coming out and talking, but at the end of the day, y'all really just used to, okay. And then, it skips. So you ain't, okay, ain't saying, but down to talk, it still don't make sense. Eventually me down here, her down there to I guess it's supposed to be implicate, but Neesto can't talk. So he said incate. And I don't have to say that's y'all to say. Anyway, let me keep going. Because it was Sonia saying, she don't know. Okay, she don't know. Say like I told them, man, your business is your business. How you conduct your business. I could have sworn I heard her say something that she wants the truck back. Hold on, let me just scroll through and see. Now let me get to your comments. And someone mentioned about pictures that they had never seen. So I'm going to show y'all some pictures that either you have never seen or you haven't seen in a very long time. All right. He said he introduced me to Steve Harvey. We did that program. Listen, you know what Dion was doing, right? He was trying to make it clear. I'm not in on this. I don't know nothing. I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I ain't smell nothing. I ain't feel nothing. I just don't know nothing. It's on the repo list. All right, you know what? Let me just take it back a couple seconds.
They don't want to come down there and talk. Ain't never talk about they scared of you. You know what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? They like, well, I know they probably feel like we trying to set them up with that. I'm like, but they don't know that. I'm like, but I don't mind coming down there and talking. But at the end of the day, y'all really just ain't saying, you still ain't saying nothing. But coming down there to talk, it still don't make sense. Y'all trying to eventually get me down here, get her down here, and incriminate you. And I don't have that to say to y'all, because there ain't shit to say.
Right. That's
Dion
right.
talk
That's
like
right.
he got like, I don't know, like he got cotton down in his lower jaw or something. I don't know.
You don't have to say, you know what I'm saying? Like I told them, man, your business, you can touch your business how you can touch your business. You tell yourself. And they want to know about Scotty Doo-Wop, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That comes from Sheridan.
Right.
Yep. That came from her.
So what's, you know, Scotty Doo-Wop?
I know what you're talking about.
You just,
You know what I'm saying?
you really want your truck. You have your attorney talk to her. Your wife.
Okay, that's the part. She says, she says something like she really wants your truck. She really wants your truck. Okay, well, let's keep listening.
I don't know.
No, he said he's gonna call her back Monday. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on him Monday.
He would have to have a
That's what I
conversation
told her
with her.
too. I told her that neither one of us even have to go nowhere. The attorney can go get that stuff.
Right.
Your attorney.
Mm-hmm.
He can get your truck if they was gonna release it. And he can get your property if they was gonna release it.
They can release the truck because no crime was committed in the truck. You got paperwork out of a truck.
She was saying that the crime was committed with the truck.
No, that is not true.
What, he drove to a location in the truck and held somebody up?
Thank you.
Like, that's the only way you can say that crime.
Oh
right?
my gosh, she need the dumbest side chick of the year award. DJ, you up in here? You in the building? Danny J is in the building, y'all. He is in the building. Show some love. Anyway, she said it's not like, he held somebody up. Listen, if you drive your car to go rob a bank, now the crime didn't happen in your car, but you use that car to go rob the bank. Well, it's a part of the investigation, right? Makes sense to me, okay? If you take your nasty ass truck with your black dildos and your mask with the zips and the liquid Viagra and all that foolishness, okay? And you have somebody in your truck. Apollo, what is it, baby? What's wrong? What's going on? Oh, somebody want to go outside. Anyway, but if you do something to somebody in the truck, okay, it becomes a part of the investigation, right? If you purchase a truck fraudulently, it's going to be a part of the investigation. It took them a little while to find out. All right. They're telling Neesto, well, not Neesto, but they're saying the police, the detectives, that this truck is a part of an investigation because of what was found in the truck. There's incriminating evidence in the truck. It don't matter that there's no crime that was committed. All right. Let me go ahead and let this play for a second, and I'm going to let these beautiful babies outside.
The only way you can say that was part of the crime if it was a getaway car.
Yeah.
Like in all cases, if people go into a crime, right? Unless
She said what now?
you can act like
They acting like you kidnapped somebody.
What?
with the truck. That's how you act with the vehicle, as if you kidnapped somebody in the vehicle or killed somebody in the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Or ran somebody over with the vehicle. Meaning the vehicle, right? The vehicle is paid by your wife, who has proof of income. So they can't even say if it was done with illegal funds. No, it comes out of her account, which she has proof of her income.
Right.
And it's in her name. Yeah, so I'm just trying to hold on to it.
Booyah.
Yeah, it's in her name.
She's the only person that can keep the stuff.
All right, that's what I was getting at. Okay. How does side chick know that the truck is in Shirley's name, but Shirley don't know? Okay. Hold on one second. Just a couple seconds back. Excuse me. All right. So she's basically trying to say, well, it ain't like he unalived somebody in the truck, so they shouldn't be able to confiscate the trucks. How you gonna tell the police what they can and can't? You can. That don't mean it's gonna work.
The vehicle, as if you kidnap somebody in the vehicle or kill somebody in the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Or run somebody over with the vehicle. Meaning the vehicle, right? The vehicle is paid by your wife who has proof of income. So they can't even say if it was done with illegal funds. No, it comes out of her account, which she has proof of her
Well,
income.
damn, Sonia, you know more than the wife do. How does she know more than the wife do? Why does she know more? Ebony Woods, what's going on? Queen, why does Side Hen know more than Nesto's wife? She knows that Shirley is making payments. She knows that she has verifiable income. Okay, like, why is it that Sonia knows all of this? Nesto got this truck back, what, in 2020? January 2020? And supposedly they had just met in 2019, or, well, there's a discrepancy there because Sidehand, first she said 2019, then she tried to, when Dion was shot, and then she tried to flip it around and say no, it was 2020. Well, we gonna, at some point we're gonna verify and confirm or learn, maybe through this trial, exactly when Nesto met Sidehand and how. Okay, this is what she says. Because the vehicle is paid by your wife who has proof of income. So they can't even say it was done with illegal funds. No, it comes out of her account. Well, who the hell said it was done with illegal funds? Where'd that come from? Sonia? Where did that part come from? That it was like, why you threw that in the mix? Y'all know I say all the time how people low-key telling themselves, right? Right, Kimmy Who? People low-key give it up. She said, I believe that when Shirley went down there, the police told her everything. And she decided to go along with Nesto's narrative. She was not ready to accept the truth. She really wasn't. Beside him over here talking about, well, it's not like it was purchased with illegal funds. Because that's sort of kind of like what happened, that it might have actually been purchased with illegal funds. Because where did Nesto get the $12,500 to put the down payment? You know, did she know about that? The cash that he paid, where the cash came from? Okay, where did the cash come from? Because Shirley and Nesto have been getting evicted back to back to back. Okay, well before 2020. So where did the money come from? Well, we do know that he had some victims that he was stealing money from. Okay, we do know that at least the teacher, he was using her credit card and using her cash. I mean, she gave him like $5,000 in cash. Use my credit card to buy me some appliances, but I ain't never got the appliances. I'm gonna give you $3,000 for some insurance on a truck and tags and paperwork for a truck that I ain't never get. Okay, Sunflower Baby TT said, may old Miami shamelessness never find me. Ask my lover about his wife. I rebuke that dynamic. All right, Queen. Anyway, so Sonia confirms that at least her, Neesto, and Dion knew that this vehicle was in Shirley's name. Okay. And apparently she was making payments on it. Okay. Now here's the deal. And this is what I said the other night. It is very possible that, this is 2 years later, more than almost 3 years later. It's very possible that Shirley found out after the fact that this vehicle was really in her name and she was making payments in order to protect her credit. But I'm going to tell y'all what I think. I think that Shirley was just helping her man, right? She was making payments on the truck while he was incarcerated so that the truck did not get repossessed. Because in her mind, her man was coming out and he was going to need his truck. Makes sense, right? Your man goes to jail, you continue paying the bills so that when he comes out, you know, Yep. She just none you say she just loud and wrong. That's Sonia. Mm-hmm. Yep. Riding a chicken, looking like a chicken. You know, cluck cluck. Mm-hmm. Bark, 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 bark. Right. Anyway, that is my deduction. That's my explanation of the situation. I don't think Shirley really understood the full extent of everything until way after the fact. Because if Shirley really knew that that vehicle was purchased in her name, albeit fraudulently, she would have sold that bad boy and got herself she would have used it as a down payment or trade and traded it in. And honestly, wait, I'm sorry, because I listen, my mind is going. Shirley wanted to trade the truck in, and Nesto told her no, you won't get much for it. Now I understand why. Because again, now we're not going to do this tonight because we did it the other night. Make sure y'all watch the last video that I did where we talked about the truck, okay? It was the very last live that I did 2 nights ago. The APR on the truck is 28.75%. The finance charges on a $34,000 truck is $17,000, almost $18,000, okay? Because the finance charge is so high, even if she attempted to trade it in, all that debt follows you because they wouldn't have paid off but so much, you know, of the truck. So it's a possibility that that was the issue, and that when Nesto was telling her, well, you ain't going to get nothing for it, maybe he was right. That might have been the one time he actually told the truth. Anyway, let's keep going. We almost done.
Right.
And it's in her name. Yeah,
Right.
so I'm just trying to hold on to it.
It's in her name.
Yeah, it's in her name.
Yeah, she's the only person that can get the stuff out of the car because it's just the car is in her name.
Right.
But I'm like,
Skirley,
really,
Miss Skirley, did you know that? Miss Skirley, did you know that the truck was in your name? Because it seemed like everybody else know what the hell is going on but you. Did you know that the truck was in your name? Well, guess what? Nesto is going to be going to trial pretty soon, and Shirley is set to testify. Okay, if she is called, and I believe she will be called, she gonna let us know. All right, we ain't gonna have to guess. No more. All right. That girl rep and said when a car is impounded, it can only be retrieved by parties on the registration. Facts. Okay, facts. I choose Joy said, no matter how long I'm gone, I'm still amazed that you can decipher that pig Nesto vernacular. Yeah, no, it's it's I don't know what it is. It's like a Nesto pigeon English. Okay. Now, if I can understand Dion, will be good. I can't never really understand what Dion be talking about. I just do my best. But anyway, everybody knew that this truck was in Shirley's name, but Shirley. Okay. I don't think she, and see, the thing is, here's the other thing, okay? Because I'm coming to Shirley's defense because Shirley is not daft, okay? She's not. She knows how to play daft, but she's not, okay? Shirley may have known that the car was registered in her name, but she may not have understood the fact that the actual vehicle was hers. It was in her name. It was purchased in her name, albeit fraudulently. And I'm not going to say allegedly because Shirley is saying that it was, okay? And there is documentation to show that it was, okay? So the court of public opinion, the court of wisdom's daughter says it ain't alleged, okay? But she may not have realized that the truck wasn't just in her name like it's registered in her name. The truck was actually in her name, which means your girl wasn't checking her credit report. Okay. I hope Shirley has learned valuable lessons from this, because apparently to be 60 and 65 and damn near 70, you ain't too old to get got. Okay.
truthfully, she came out and just straight up, because she came out and just straight up said it. We just really trying to get her down here to talk to her and let her know what's going on. Her name is on the document.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but she don't know nothing going on, so that don't make no sense.
That's a fact.
None of that shit don't make sense.
Nesto done told the truth. He said she don't know nothing that's going on, and ain't that the truth? Okay? Ain't that the truth that Nesto purposely kept this woman in the dark? And apparently she was not angry enough, suspicious enough, bold enough, brave enough, courageous enough, smart enough, okay, to go and look and check Because Wisdom's daughter don't play that. Let me tell you something. Okay. I check phones. Okay. Because you ain't got to give me your passcode. I'll get it. I'll find it. Okay. I crack phones. I check phones. I check bank statements, wallets, pockets. Okay. I check it all. I check your time card at work to make sure it matches the paycheck you bring it home in them hours the paycheck said you worked. Okay. Don't play with Wisdom's daughter. Now, the truth of the matter is, why be with a man you got to do all that with? But I'm just saying, okay, you can't put one over on me. Not with that. Not with that foolishness. No, baby.
Documents, and they want to confirm with her or deny with her if she put that on there or not. Don't answer none of this. Don't answer none of this.
We don't want you to respond.
Yeah.
They're talking about the lease. Okay. They want to know if Shirley put that on there or not, meaning they want to know if Shirley signed her name on those lease documents that they found in his truck. My question is, Neesto, why were you driving around with all of that in your truck? Was it a trophy for you? Like how some, serial artist will take a totem or a token, like undergarments or a necklace or a lock of hair or something like that as like a trophy. Like, why were you driving around with this stuff in your truck? Was it that you didn't want Shirley to miss and find it at the house? Was that it? I mean, you couldn't get a safe deposit box? No. Oh, never mind. Because you don't pay your bills or your rent, so that would have been gone. But anyway, that's what they're referring to when he says they want to know if she put her name, on that. It's if Shirley actually put her name down on this lease, because they needed to know if Shirley and her daughter were involved, okay, in this, or were they victims? And they suspected, and they were correct, that they were victims.
I got all that. I got that. Yeah, I got that.
So
yeah, I understand.
That's what it boiled down to now.
Yeah.
Save this fishing still.
Right. So I got you. Yeah. That they're still fishing. That's a shame.
She said you got warrants in multiple counties and states. She just basically put me down just to stay the hell up out of Roswell, Georgia.
Right.
Yeah, you know where to put it out. Straight up. Just, hey, man,
Yeah.
Don't get rid of that stuff and she don't come get it. But that's, that all of that's part of the just we want to talk game.
That's right. She can always go down there with a lawyer and get the
She don't want to go. She don't want to talk.
She don't want to go at all, but she can go with a lawyer, and a lawyer can sit there and say, you can't have to.
Sonia, who the hell paying for lawyers? Not you. Sonia always got some bright idea, but ain't got no money to back it up. Ain't got no money to help out. You couldn't help out your sister wife with $5, with $25, $250 on the books. You had to beg everybody under the sun on Neesto's behalf. I'm gonna call your brother and get the $250. I'm gonna call Dre, and Dre can't stand you, and neither can half of you two. But anyway, she can go down there with a lawyer. That costs money, Lawyers are not just going to go down with you somewhere to pick up a vehicle with some power of attorney for free. Like, maybe Sonia will jump in her scooter, okay, and run down and do a whole bunch of stuff for free. But the lawyer's not doing that, boo-boo. Not for free. So you coming up with some cash because you got all these bright ideas. Don't you love friends like that who always got bright ideas that require you to spend your hard-earned cash?
For any questions, a lawyer can go down there and she can say nothing, and they can get the vehicle without her saying anything. She just needs to go down with a lawyer. And y'all can share the same lawyer because y'all are married.
I don't know about that part.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I don't think that, but
she can. Yeah. She can take their attorney down there with her and get the because it's okay.
The officer said that she believes that she doesn't, basically that she's not part of it. She's not part of what's going on. It is basically, man, I'm talking about the bullshit. I ain't like keep on going to step on what they supposed to do. Post on some bullshit, straight up and down.
Straight on some.
Dion said that she is not a part of it. It what? What's it? If your daddy ain't done nothing wrong, then what's it? Right? The officer said that she believes that she's not part of it, not part of what's going on. All right. And Deon mentioned that because he knows Shirley is not part of it. And I think he was low-key doing something right there. He would not want Shirley Strawberry to go down with her husband's foolishness. Okay. And it's funny how he said, well, because y'all married, or Sonia said, because y'all married, and here come Neesto. Well, I don't know about that. That was a big red flag. A lot of us missed it. Okay. I knew something was wrong because I realized early on that Shirley and Neesto were not together on July 4th. The last photo, I'm going to see if I can find it. The last photo that they took together was this cute, beautiful little photo together. And on his Instagram, it was listed as July 4th. However, it was a beautiful sunny day, right? Look at how beautiful they look. Look at how happy Shirley looked. Damn, Neesto, you just messed everything up. This surely was your opportunity to turn it all around, to turn over a new leaf, to be a legitimate businessman, to leverage her net worth and her network, right? The people that she knew positively, not to use her network to commit fraud and to steal from people, right? Damn, Neesto destroys everything that he touches. Everything. All right? And then got the nerve to say everything will be okay. Well, just remember when you sitting rotting in jail, okay? Because he been rotting damn near in county, 60 ball, right? Neesto is 60 ball plus one, right? It's still in county jail. Just remember, when you got 4 and 5 and a whole line of inmates outside of your jail cell taking turns on you, everything's gonna be okay, right? Just remember, don't worry, be happy, okay? Because that's what you told Shirley. Everything gonna be okay. Mm-hmm.
They wanted to Thomas to confirm or deny that she did anything with whatever they trying to say going on.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But at the end of the day, it's still your wife, and y'all got joint stuff, or y'all might not have them. I do not know.
Right. I got all that. But
they want to know if you put that on now. I did a little Chris on the block.
Yeah. I got it. I got all that. Well, here's the thing. She lying about the indictment part. That's another lie. She don't know what she's talking about.
You got 2 of them.
No, I don't. No. What they did was they
got 2 of them and got some more on the way.
That's the earliest that happened Friday. That happened Friday. Because as of Thursday, he didn't have indictment.
Say that again?
As of Thursday, he didn't have any indictments. But, he would have to call the attorney on Monday and verify.
Well, this could be the stuff that was we already know about it. She just still not being late.
Right.
You got more charges out the blue.
Right.
Well, what they're saying with Fulton County is all his charges are still under investigation, and he hasn't been indicted on any of them yet. They're just still they're in the investigation stage still.
I'm just I found out that you got shoot.
Yeah. I just got here Wednesday. But, hey, I'm out here called kind of nigga. They done built a new joint. I hate this shit like some federal shit, bro. This shit is so high tech. This shit crazy.
They clean over there.
It's clean.
Hell yeah. Man,
and the food is better.
Yeah, I'm on that bougie shit, kind of like a little bit high road. This shit way. I ain't got to go sleep wherever I'm getting stabbed in the neck. Hell, only killed 3 niggas over there last week.
Nesto said, I ain't with that booty-ish. This is, I'm sorry, y'all. This is the last photo that was on Nesto's Instagram. Okay. I believe the photo was posted on July 4th, um, 2022, and he was picked up. And I feel like he was picked up on the 6th and officially booked on the 7th, but the date that they have that he was booked is July 7th. So just 3 days later, right? This is the picture that he posted. Got everybody thinking that they just lovey-dovey and, everything is okay then. Everything gonna be okay, right? But when Shirley talked about, not talked about, but when Shirley was explaining what was happening with her husband, because by this point it had hit the media, it had hit social media, everything that she had been trying to hide came to light because it was done in the dark, right? It comes to the light. So all the secrets she was trying to hide, and what came out was audio from the Zoom hearing, and her name was mentioned. So if anyone wasn't sure it was Shirley, we knew. Okay, I don't think they were supposed to mention her name, but they did. And they were saying that her husband has to stay away from children and animals. So we're like, what? What kind of freaky, what kind of man did she get with? And then the call was released with her talking crap about Steve Harvey and his wife when she was on a jail call with her husband. So once that was released and Steve Harvey got wind of it, she had to come clean. And one of the things she talked about was that it was July 4th. She was with her friends and it was stormy, right? She was talking about the storms, and she was saying that those storms were a foreshadowing of what was to come, not 3 days later, barely. And so when I saw this photo, I said, something ain't right. How is July 4th and it's stormy? One of the things that I always say is that just because a picture is posted on a certain day doesn't mean it was taken that day. So a lot of their secrets began to unravel, because even after Neesto, let me take this down for a second, even after Neesto was arrested, and as this case was going forward, her secrets were slowly being revealed, right? So we learned that she married an ex-con, and she knew he was an ex-con when she married him. We learned that he was talking crap about her daughter, and she took her husband's side. We learned that they had gotten evicted several times, at least 5 times, and that they have a habit of not paying rent where they live. Now, whether Shirley was aware of that or not, at some point she had to become aware. We learned that they tried to scam the COVID system with those people who were trying to get a stay or get, it was a program so that you could, if you weren't able to pay your rent, ultimately you wouldn't get evicted, right? But once that program ended, all that rent came due. So with her, now on this application, it listed her income as 25,000, and it wasn't 25,000 a year because they wouldn't not have been able to get finance, right? So it's probably listed as 25,000 a month, right? About $300,000 or something like that. So with that kind of an income, how are you saying that you qualify for financial hardship? Anyway, a lot of secrets, a lot of lies. Okay. And I'm not necessarily saying that Shirley lied, but she was hiding a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. And if you guys remember, I did an expo about Neesto because I had heard from someone close to the family that the reason why him and Sheridan fell out, it happened well before he got arrested, is because Neesto might have been a little handsy with Sheridan and had his hands where they shouldn't have been, and she didn't feel comfortable living in the house no more. Okay. Now, what you should be asking is, why did Shirley separate from Neesto ultimately? Right? She separated from Neesto sometime around February or March, or definitely by April of 2022, just a few months before he was arrested. What was it that happened that made her say, I can't do this no more? Anyway, let's keep going. Just food for thought.
Where?
Right.
Yeah, it's all on the news.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah, somebody got shot at there before.
Yeah, the police brought a gun in and shot a nigga at the table, at the gambling table. Shit crazy over there. Yeah, that shit
You're in
crazy.
a better place.
Yeah, man. I'm in a way better place. It's just boring right now until they move it down to the Underdome with the widescreen TV. Can't wait till that happens.
Oh, he's so perfect. Anyway.
Yeah, but I ain't got that long. I've been here 3 months, so it's automatic mandatory that I get a bond. So I figured that out too. They did some CI shit on me and told the judge don't give me a bond and to try to keep me here. So
Neesto, they did some what? Some CI stuff on you. What's that? They did some CI stuff? What the hell is CI stuff? Neesto said they did some CI stuff on me and told them don't give me a bond. But I found that I'm supposed to have. They got to give me a bond. They ain't got to do a damn thing, Neesto. Okay. And clearly he still has several charges that he doesn't have a bond on. So remember, that's the one thing that you have to keep into perspective. Neesto has at least 8, maybe 10, almost 10 more charges that he has not yet been indicted on. And the SA charges, he has not received either the SA or the CP charges. He has not received a bond on. Okay. So even if he was to somehow weasel his way out of this one, he's not getting out of jail because he hasn't been indicted on those other charges. And when he does get indicted on those other charges, that's going to be another trial. And that's when it will come to light what Neesto has been trying to hide from these inmates, that he got some issues going on with him and kids. And that is literally a death sentence when you are behind bars.
Figured that part out too. That's why I ain't had no fucking.
Why they shit you right now?
Because
I know they cool, but
that's why. Because they house inmates in other counties.
I wanted they did that because they got no violent crime.
No, it ain't really no violent crime. No, it ain't. They got a few little
They should have put you in the Atlanta one. That one better.
Oh yeah, they sent me here, but it is a lot of niggas ain't got no bond or can't make bond. That's what that is. They've been here a certain amount of time and they ain't got a bond yet, or they can't make bond. That's what they house over here.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So they got to make room for damn near 1,000 niggas in intake. So when it's been getting cold, because the homeless people getting cold, they ain't got nowhere to go. So they're gonna flood the population some more. So basically, what I'm gonna say, man, ain't no real players in here, man. It's a bunch of homeless niggas, man. Young homeless.
Oh, he's back on as well.
Huh?
He's back on as well. Hold on.
What did it say? What did it say, Sonia?
I said, go ahead. He's back. He was getting in the car.
Oh, what did he say?
Hello.
See, he back.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm saying basically what it is, it's a bunch of young homeless niggas in here. That's why I be trying to tell you, I'm proud of you, bro. These motherfuckers can't even walk on your shoes. For real. These niggas your age, homeless.
Yeah.
For sure. So all that shit you tell me, them young girls and niggas be homeless, I see it all day right now. All day. That's a fucking shame. Oh, they on that shit.
You're hard out here. It's hard out here.
Man, that's fucked up. Well, my phone right here.
That's what Neesto, you heard what he said about the folks that's homeless and they're down on their luck. Just a sidebar for a second. Those are the kind of women that Neesto go for. Those are the ones that are easy. I read an article, and I'm not even sure what state this article is from, to be honest with you, but it was about a woman. I'm sorry, it was about a man who, it might have been in New York, actually. It might have happened in New York. This man had like an executive apartment. I don't know what an executive apartment is, but whatever. He had this fancy apartment. He was a big time, I think, bank executive, and he turned his apartment into a torture chamber. And what he would do is he would find women who would feel comfortable and, date 1, date 2, they're spilling their guts. I told y'all women about doing this. Stop telling these men about your trauma. What this man ultimately did, one of his victims told him all about her childhood trauma, her teenage trauma, her adult trauma, because apparently it's a vicious cycle and she hasn't learned. Okay, told this man everything about what was done to her, and this man turned around and victimized her in the same way that she was victimized in her past. How evil is that, right? But that's what Neesto would do. He would prey on women that had problems, and he would basically be like a pseudo savior, right? They're looking at him like this man can save me. Stop looking to these men to save y'all. Some of y'all just need some good old Jesus.
I'm bullshit, Dion. She said, I can't go without. I told her I live a normal life. She told me I don't live a normal life. She told me
He
I'm
can't live a
bullshit.
normal life, right? Because you are bougie. Shut up.
No, I'm not.
You can't live a normal life.
Exactly. Thank you. I said that.
Right here, and then with another part of his movie.
Oh my God, why is that too? Exactly. It's just a chapter in your film. Oh my God, I said that. You cannot live.
He's so crazy. He can just do his part. He ain't got to add me in. You get the difference down there with the rest of the people around him. Oh man,
Right.
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah.
Just so I can live a normal life. But you can't.
Yes, I can.
normal. They just swap you. They just swap you over and put you over there with like you. Man,
What? I forgot about that.
that was shit you on over there.
That's probably where the fuck he at. Ain't that some shit?
That's it.
You
over there.
Oh,
We sent them over there.
okay.
Oh, cause he said he had a threat in his life.
No, they can't have him over there.
No. They can't have him and his co-defendant.
Oh, because the co-defendant over there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the co-defendant.
What? His ops.
I got it.
Yeah.
He got too many ops over there.
Okay. I got it. Sonya like your folks who got your mom that paint your mama house. You know what I'm talking about?
Say what?
I say Sonya like your folks who painted your mama house.
The folks
Okay. Real thorough.
What? Sonya like the person who painted your mama's house. I don't know what he's talking about, but yeah, I agree. That girl, Shirley probably spilled her guts to Neesto, told her or him all about the abuse that she suffered in her first relationship. Her next boyfriend, her first husband was abusive to her. She probably told him everything. And yes, so we do remember. I saw your comment. We do remember that when Rico dropped. Okay. Miss Rico Suave over here was like that. Well, that's what we wanted anyway. Indict or dismiss, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. Mudley said, Neesto, you couldn't make bond on what you had, and you had charges with no bond. Okay, absolutely. That's a fact. All right, we are almost done with this call, but let's keep going because there's some more foolishness and shenanigans going on. They be trying to talk in code like we can't figure it out.
Oh.
Yeah. How about that?
I don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I get you. He's trying to say I'm a thug. He's trying to say I'm a thug.
You know how you say like a man, you went in the store and we seen a sucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? And then we go somewhere else and we see another blow pop nigga just like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'd be like, nigga, that blow pop. You know what I mean? And we would know like, okay, he just like that last pop. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I wasn't trying to make reference to. I'm trying to figure out how the people that paint your house. How are they?
So say boom. So say like they was gonna do something. Hey, boom. Come through. These folks, we at the Met Gala, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's been one cold night. They ice cold. You know what I'm saying? Ice cold. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So next time we catch somebody, we're like, okay, damn, they go ice cold. She cold like the last person. You know what I'm saying? The last person at the Met Gala. You know, you ain't regular at the Met Gala. You know what I'm saying? They get money. They come to you looking like Cinderella. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But every time I reference to you, you'll be ice cold.
Mm-hmm.
So these people that he's talking about that's why they ice cold.
Yeah, okay.
But how he know we're going with the paint. You get what I'm saying?
I see you.
They know enough from having the business. They paid the whole White House. The time to a castle. No care. Child pain.
That is your son. Is your child? Did you raise him?
Okay, yep.
Sonya don't know what the hell he's talking about. Neither do I. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what he's talking about.
With the bicycle. Yep, so right. Yep, that's right.
Best friend.
Huh?
I said, what's his son / best friend?
Oh, and they got remember like goddamn down. Niggas tell you everything you thought you forgot about. Yep, don't slip. All the way around. Keep me in track. Every time I get slip, I get all right, nigga, you right. You so right. I bite down to the nigga now when you're right now. Yeah, you right. You so right now. That is called respect right there.
But that is your father.
Hey, don't call that you right out over there, ain't it?
Right.
Yeah, 30 minutes, man. Yeah, I like it. I first off, I was kind of mad because I had got a program over there. But now, because she emailed me every day, and I get to look at that, some pictures through the email. And I had to get used to that new technology shit. I'm used to them hard.
So you can't do that over here.
Not over there, they can't.
No, but they got
another situation over there.
Yeah, but they got an iPad, but the young boys nigga keep in the room, but they gonna move me to the honor dorm, and I can work around a little bit better there. But I can move. But I ain't got that long, by a couple of days left, so give me a little bond, I'll be good. Yeah.
A couple of days.
So that's it. Be rock and roll again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it ain't be long. Shit, I just missed the summer. They ain't really nothing. Yep. So it'll be all right. Shit. The white folk just don't like to see a nigga moving. And the bitch say, hey, I just saw your business sitting out in the yard. And I was trying to figure out, why was the business sitting out in the yard? Cracker do it all the day long. Bitch just ran my tag sitting in the goddamn yard. That's some crazy shit, ain't it?
That's why a lot of rich black folks stay in the hood. They don't get bothered.
Yeah. So that's how all this shit started. That's how it all started. Car sitting in the yard. Remember that picture I had sent you that time?
Mm-hmm.
I had called you. I was like, he gone?
He here.
Nah. What you saying?
I said, you remember I faced you had called me by accident, and I was at the yard over there, in the bus in the Bentley park right there. That way car parked there.
You said who?
Neesto said this whole thing started with him parking his cars at that the house across from Erica King, his co-conspirator. Okay. Lonnie said this was early on because he thinks he only had a couple days left. But you see how delusional he is? He thinks that this started then. No. Partner, this been started. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me get to one other comment. Somebody said, Molly said Neesto been bragging about that jail like it was a new house he rented. I can't. Anyway, I'm gonna let this play, y'all.
How'd you by accident?
No. Talking about accident when you was out there with who we talking when who we finna get into it.
Right.
Yeah, and I was out there in the yard out there and you was FaceTiming. It was out there in the yard.
Yeah.
So that's what she was saying, the police, the same detective you talked to. They ain't caught me doing no crime or nothing. So that's some bullshit. So right now I'm gonna start looking for me a lawsuit lawyer. I need to start on that Monday. I already thought about it. I need to start on that.
What kind of lawyer?
A civil suit attorney.
A civil attorney.
No, Sonia, a lawsuit lawyer. That's what the man said. He need to find him a lawsuit lawyer. A lawsuit lawyer. Nestos, you ain't got no lawsuit. Listen, somebody write Neesto and ask him how the lawsuits are coming.
Got a best though. So I need to figure that out right now. I can't slip on that at all. Got too much good shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't need to be arguing with nobody. I need to do like them crackers do. Just sit back and let them work for me.
Yeah. So you say you was standing in the yard?
Yeah, I had the Bentley parked in the yard. That's it. Just parked in the fucking yard. That's it with the gate behind me.
To the house?
Dion, he talking about the driveway. You know your daddy country, okay? He had the car parked in the driveway. The neighborhood that this car was at, we don't call those yards, okay? You got to say what it is. That's that's what you say when you live out in the country. Yeah, I had the car parked in the yard. We're talking about yards that don't have an official driveway. They may have some gravel or you just drive on the grass. No, it was parked, okay, in the driveway behind the gate. And it wasn't just one vehicle, it was several vehicles. Maybe you should have paid your rent, okay? Maybe instead of, buying more trucks and doing all of the things, you should have paid your rent. That's what got you in trouble. That is what got Nesto in trouble and got him caught every single time. Every major time he's had a run-in with the police while he was with Shirley was mostly tied to him not paying his lease or him not paying his rent or him bouncing checks with all of these vehicles.
Yeah, they were following me. They listen, man. The day I said, she said, yeah, I kept seeing a car sitting in the yard, and I want to know who leaves their car sitting in the yard, not in the garage.
At the same house with it. When you had the bus park outside of?
Yeah, that. Yes. Yes. No, not that one. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. She talking about, I ride by there and want to know who had that bitch stopped by the house and ran my tag. She told me.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Man, bro.
Are you gonna
You told me all that.
What'd you say, Sonia?
I wish you had been told me that.
Are you calling back or no?
You want me to?
It's up to you and him. Y'all fucking.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll call you back. Well, I might not can't call back because it's 9 o'clock, so I'm going to see. But I try to call back. I'm going to see if they're going to lock it down and let the other half that out. But, yeah, that's all that was. That same police who and when she seen me, I was going to Captain check that I got from the place when they gave me Yeah, that's what I was going to do. And I had to go get my registration out of the fucking car. That's the only reason I went back to the house. Because I had to get the registration to match my business account. That's the only reason I was going back. And I was just on the phone with her. What's on you?
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Oh, so it was Sonia's fault, okay? It was Sonia's fault because he was on the phone with Sonia and then he had to run back to the house to get the registration, so the registration matched the business because he was over there looking for another place that he could lease and not pay rent. He was looking for another business location because he knew he was about to get evicted from the last one, and that was part of Nesto's con. He get one place. He might put down a down payment. The checks bounce. He throws Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey's name out there, staying there 2, 3, 4, 5 months, making excuses, and then he move on to the next one. All right. Yeah, Kia, he was definitely lying to Dion. Come on now. And that girl said he can't even pay for a criminal attorney. How he gonna pay for a lawsuit attorney? He said he need a lawsuit lawyer. Who you suing, Nesto? Who we suing? Okay, you got to have a case to have a lawsuit. Who are we suing? Matter of fact, somebody need to sue you. All right, multiple people need to sue you. Okay, that's what it need to be. That was that 5-minute call every day. Somebody said that Nesto was probably calling Shirley every doggone day, and that's why she got tired and was like, look here, I can't, I'm tired of this jail stuff. All right, Mully said, Sonia told Nesto the police probably saw them standing in the yard and ran his tag. He was good for repeating a lot of the nonsense she told him. She is the one that put those ideas in Nesto's head. She's the one that put the idea in his head that he could have a lawsuit. Okay. Yeah, you need to sue them bloggers, the bitter betties. Okay. Listen, Nesto done got on Shirley's nerve. So Shirley's like, I'm out. Sonia done got on Nesto's nerve and he said, I'm doing a fast. Okay. He ain't say he was fasting from everybody, or you know, as far as what we heard, okay? And maybe he is, but we know for damn sure he taking a fast from beside him, because he's like, look here, I need a break. You ain't done nothing for me but mess up my case. What's going on, Courtney? Courtney Rachel said, why was he saying he was on the phone when the police pulled him over? Queen, he said that he was talking to his side hand when he got pulled over. And the only reason why he was over there, I don't even think Nesto really remembers what was what. Because he's saying the only reason why he was over there is because, or he was at the house because he had to go get his registration. And he's trying to say that they followed him from that residence to where he was. And it's possible. They did say that they were following him, right? And they were doing their investigation, right? So his final plea is April 30th, correct? Okay. That is on this Wednesday, all right? Sean has another trial and is out. When is his trial date? Did they ever set it at Wisdom's daughter? So Sean Hoover, some say he's stalling for time. He did put in a request for a continuance, or, you know, let's push back the trial. But Judge Dunaway was like, yeah, okay, no. Pre-trial, okay, final plea is still scheduled for April 30th. And the calendar was set after the request was put in by Sean Hoover, okay? So Judge Dunaway don't give a rat's behind about what other cases he got. You gonna be here for this one. So we're gonna see. We shall see. I will let you guys know what I hear, okay, what I see. I'm going to observe. I'm gonna let you know who was there, who wasn't there. All right. And we're gonna see how long I'll be there, because I honestly anticipate that this is gonna be another 5-minute thing. Okay. I'm starting to feel like this man ain't never gonna go to trial. Nesto is what we call bulletproof, judgment proof. He don't got nothing to give. Oh my gosh. One of the most I would say life-changing sermons I ever heard in my life was a sermon called No Assembly Required. Okay, it was a guest preacher a long time ago, and he was talking about fixer-uppers. And he was like, listen, women, stop getting these fixer-uppers. You need a man with no assembly required. He does not need to be fixed up. He already got his batteries, okay? He ain't got to be assembled. He come fully assembled out the box, ready to use, ready to go. He don't need no improvements, okay? All right. And let's be honest. We know too many women out here. I don't know what it is, if, you know, there is joy in feeling like, well, I'm gonna clean him up and I'm gonna help him do better, and I'm gonna make him better, and I'm gonna turn him around, and, you know, I'm gonna lift him up. Well, that's all well and good, but yeah, the problem is because Nesto really is he was someone who would qualify as a fixer-upper. Nesto needed to be put on the shelf. Okay, the highest shelf in your house where you put stuff that you just want to forget is there, right? You know it's gonna expire. You just put it on the top shelf and you just leave it there, okay? But Shirley wanted to be driven around, and she wanted to be a princess, okay? And what she should have been doing is her homework. And after what she done been through, she should have vetted Nesto, okay? And that's the problem. She did not vet this man. Okay. I listen, don't judge me, but I don't date men to have a criminal record. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now I'm not talking about, like, you know, the police picked you up and you know, they was picking on you and they, you know, arrested you, or you came out and your case was thrown out. I'm talking about like you were arrested, you were in county, you bonded out, whatever, and you actually had to go back before the judge and you were convicted of a crime and did time. I don't deal with people that have, I don't have a criminal record. I'm not dealing. I don't want to be with the man that's been in jail before. I'm sorry. If you turned your life around, that's all well and good. You would be better suited with a young woman who, like you, has been in jail before and came out and turned her life around. But I just don't trust. I wouldn't feel comfortable being with a man that I know has a criminal record, because I don't care if you did 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It is very difficult. As soon as people find that you have a record, they don't want to hire you, and it's a lot of drama. And I ain't doing it. Okay, I'm shocked that Shirley Strawberry felt like the man that she had been waiting for her entire life. All right. Her Boaz, her knight in shining armor, the best that God could do was a man that had a sordid past and a criminal history. But Nesto done convinced this woman that it was a long time ago. You know, I was young and dumb and stupid. And I think she liked the redemption story, right? She liked the fact that, wow, you know, you turn your life around and you're doing good. Yeah, he was doing good off of Shirley's money and a teacher's money and a real estate agent's money. Okay. And a young lady who just wanted to be a model and come up in the industry off of her money. Okay. Off of Charleston White's money, allegedly, and every other victim that he came in contact with. All right, hold on one second. Let me see what let me see what y'all talking about. Hold on. I'm looking at the comments. All right, see, I gotta go all the way back because okay. Courtney said, I'm sure he said the police are pulling me over and he didn't call her back. No, because remember, she didn't know where he was. And that's interesting that he's saying that he was on the phone with her when he got pulled over. Or he was on the phone with her, or does he mean he was on the phone with her when he went back to this house to go get his registration? And he believes that's when the police started following him. I'm not sure, because what I do know is that Sonia didn't know where he was, right? She thought he ghosted her, just like some of the other victims. And she was stalking Shirley Strawberry's Instagram. And that's when she saw, hold on a second, let me see if I got the picture. She saw some pictures that Shirley had on her Instagram page, and she saw Shirley dancing with her granddaughter and celebrating her birthday. And there was no mention that Neesto, that her husband was sick or in the hospital, or that he was, you know. And so she figured, well, he ain't dead. So if she's celebrating, you know, and I can't find him and he ain't around, he must be in jail. That was her deduction. That's what she concluded. Okay. This picture bothers me so bad for a number of reasons. One, because Shirley looks so tired in this photo. She normally has, you know, her makeup on and she's normally looking on point. But in this particular photo, I'm going to show y'all. And this is the same photo that Neesto and the side chick. Can you imagine? You are clowning your wife with your side chick. I will beat the brakes off of you. Okay? I will beat the brakes off of you. You clowning your wife with your side chick because someone got her a little cake, right? It's a cute photo. She put it, you know, on her head, but you weren't there to celebrate her birthday because your ass is in jail yet again. Yet again. But anyway, so she didn't know. She didn't know where Neesto was, but she figured he was in jail, and she kept calling the jails until she finally found him. So that girl up in New York said, I never look for a friend in jail. I know that's right. If Neesto, oh, hold on, I lost it. If Neesto was still out, he wouldn't have given Sonia another thought. You know what? I don't know. I think he would have used Sonia for whatever he thought he could get from her. You know, I think that he would have still been doing what he was doing before he got incarcerated, taking her to a telly, right? Bringing her on that nasty ass bus, right? Where's the bus? I got a picture over here somewhere, right? Bringing her on, you know, the great mobile, as we call it. You know, I think he would have still been doing the same thing, and she would have been giving him wife benefits while she's still just a side chick, right? Hoping. But I think she liked here it is. Okay. I think she liked the idea of being with him, after she found out that he was married. I mean, when she first found out, I know she was clearly upset. She said she blocked him and everything else, but that's where, okay, I got a better picture. That's where it should have stayed. But that's not where it stayed though. She continued messing around with him. I got a better picture. That's him posted up and whatnot, There it is. Okay. And there it is. Right. So another vehicle that he procured through fraud. So that's why she looked for him if he ghosted her. She thought that she was ghosted or, whatever. Now, the interesting thing is there's another victim who thought she was ghosted who was also looking for Neesto, but she didn't call the jails. She actually reached out to Shirley Strawberry on her Instagram account. And Shirley was like, I don't even know if Shirley looks at her Instagram. She probably has people to do that for her. I love when she said the storm came. My, listen, it doggone did. Shirley had no idea how big of a storm it was going to be. And that storm was going to blow her, not just her home, but even the foundation, right? But it was going to, and I'm speaking metaphorically, blow her house off its foundation. And that's literally what Neesto did. I mean, he literally knocked her completely down. But she got up and she kept it moving. The boom boom bus. I'm gonna get you. Give me not the boom boom bus. Kimmy said the boom boom bus, not the boom boom bus. Really? Not the boom boom bus. Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Y'all are hilarious. Nunya said, has any man bought Sonia a birthday cake? Probably not. It's bad. Listen, men usually are not the ones to initiate divorce. I think there's probably more women that initiate divorce. Sonia's husband could not get away from her fast enough. Okay. He initiated the divorce. All right. And to be honest with you, Sonia has had 3 years to move on, to find somebody else. Okay. And the only person that, she can have a relationship with or anyone who even wants her around is somebody else's now ex-husband who's behind bars. Like, she is Neesto-fied. Okay. And I think she low-key in her heart is secretly hoping that he's going to get out. He would have used Sonia. Nunya, doggone it, as a sea dumpster. A sea dumpster. Lord have mercy. Well, I think he was doing that already. I don't know, but from some of the things we heard by people who used to work for him, he was tracking women's menstrual cycles and stuff so he could figure out when he could shoot up the club. Okay. And I mean that metaphorically. Okay. Yeah. Sonia is good for 2 things. One is talking too much. She is sleeping with dudes off dating sites and she knows it. Sonia, I don't even know what to say about Sonia. Okay. Sonia is like a piece of gum that has lost its flavor. What do you do with a piece of gum after it's lost its flavor? Right? Now, you got some people is nasty. They'll just keep chewing it until the gum literally falls apart. Right? But most people, what do? They stick it under the table, stick the gum on the bottom of their shoe, fling it, wrap it up in paper, and throw it in the trash. Sonia is a piece of gum that has simply lost its flavor. And Neesto said, I need a break. I'm taking a fast. And honestly, I think he really is fasting from her. Honestly, I think it's twofold. I said it before. I think he figures if he fasts and tries to focus and tries to be a good person, that he can maybe earn God's favor with this case, because Nesto thinks that that's how God works, that you do a good deed and, you get blessings. He thinks blessings can be bought, right? Um, but I also think that he has to be very careful what he says to Sonia. And if he told Sonia, well, look, I need he can never tell her I need a break from you. What he can do is pull the religion card, because Nesto is not that stupid. He's not. He can pull the religion card and say, well, I'm just going to take a fast from everybody. And it's not like Sonia is going to be going to the court, I mean, down to the jail to check the visitor log to see if anybody's been visiting him, if he, paying, filling out the FOIA forms and the Freedom of Information Act forms to find out if he's been seeing anybody. She's trolling these YouTube streets, and she's going to wait for a content creator to put it out there as to whether or not he did speak to anybody in the time period where he's supposed to be taking a 30-day fast. You also have to remember that April is Holy Month, right? We just came off of Resurrection Sunday, right? So it's Palms. It was Lent. You usually give up something, right? So he gave up Sonia. Nesto gave up Sonia for Lent. I'm sorry. Nestos. That's what you gave up for Lent. Nestos gave her, Sonia, did you hear that? Nestos gave you up for Lent, okay? So Nesto said, I'm going on a fast. I'm just going fast. Kimmy Who said, there are new text messages. I think Bougie read them today. All right, I have to get a hold of some of these text messages so we can read them on over here. I just have been, I'm not going to say lazy, but I have not taken the time to go through the process to get those messages. But I don't mind supporting another content creator and giving them the watch time in order to get the information to give it back to y'all. All right. Because the truth of the matter is we all ain't got to go. Right. He tried to get Sonia to go to South Carolina to the root man. Wow. Shh. Okay then. Nesto, really? Who you trying to put roots on? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to go over there and check it out. First of all, Nesto, Sonia, she Friday gonna come and you gonna ask her, did you go to the root man? No, I didn't go. I'm gonna go on Monday. Okay. And then when next Friday roll around and you ask her, did she go to the root man? She gonna tell you, well, I ain't got no memory. What's going on, Lisa Glad? She said, I didn't get a notification. I'm sorry, Queen. I'm so sorry. Yeah, truth be told, I said I was going to go live on Saturday night, and I was not able to. And then Sunday night, I was all prepped and ready to go. And computer, everything was going buck wild up in here. And I got so frustrated, and then it got late, and I was like, you know what? It's another day. Oh, that reminds me. All right, because we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. Make sure you guys join me on Bad Girls Talk tomorrow night. All right, tomorrow night at 8:00. Make sure you guys join me over there. All right. As a matter of fact, let me do this. I did not put up the I didn't set up the live yet, but I will be doing a special live tomorrow that I promise y'all that y'all don't want to miss. Okay, so make sure you see this. This is my other channel. If you are not subscribed, make sure you are subscribed to Bad Girls Talk. Okay, because I'm doing a special live tomorrow, and I promise you don't want to miss this. We need to talk about some things. Okay. Everyone's been talking about Shannon Sharp, and there is a whole other issue going on tied into the Shannon Sharp business that we need to talk about. But I found out some stuff. All right, so we're gonna spill some TT and have a real conversation about Black men and snow buddies. Okay, so let's do that on tomorrow night. Okay. And when I say we're gonna have a real conversation, that's why I do that on Bad Girls Talk. I'm talking about we going to talk. Okay. No holds barred. All right. Not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or exclude anybody, but we need to have a real conversation about what the hell is going on and why. Anyway, just make sure that y'all are on the live. I will be putting out the notification way in advance. And so if you have not subscribed to Bad Girls Talk, go over right now after the live, type it in, make sure you subscribe on that channel, and meet me tomorrow night at 8 o'clock over there. And let's have this conversation, because I promise you this one gonna be good. I did some digging, okay, because I wanted to see what the hell was going on, right? I don't have information on the actual lawsuit and all that. That's not what I'm going to be talking about. We going way deeper than that, baby. We got to go back a little bit. We going to dig into this man's past, okay? Jam said, I honestly feel that Neesto's been pumping her. Oh, okay. So he has been pimping her out via pics for cash, but cannot anymore after she got tapped by woo. Can you woo woo woo? He became exasperated with her after that. That's all she was good for, right? That's all she was really good for at the time. What else could she do? She can't help him with his case. She ain't got no money, right? She has no money to give Neesto. She has not come through on any of the things she said she was gonna do. She was gonna help him find evidence that was gonna get him out. She was gonna help him sue. That ain't happened. So what was she good for other than maybe some pictures? Remember he told her he heard people be driving all the way to South Carolina to the root man to get something to get them curses off them. He kept talking about it. He thinks somebody put something on him. Oh, okay. So Neesto ain't trying to peruse on somebody. He thinks somebody put a root on him. Neesto, nobody put no root on you, okay? Because that's how you gotta say it. You gotta, that's the root is the proper way. You gotta say root, okay? Neesto, he thinks somebody put a root on him. Ain't nobody put no roots on you, okay? Your crimes, your criminal behavior, that's the root. Okay, that's the root. Nunya said, hey y'all, what happened to the lady who was texting Neesto, the remedial one? You mean Tashima? I don't know. I think Tashima ran out of money. Okay. Tashima, she was putting money on Nesto's books, and you gotta pay to play. You gotta pay to use that tablet. So I think Tashima ran out of money. I think Tashima got tired of Wisdom's daughter and everybody telling us what we thought. I'm not gonna say I dragged the lady, but we were very opinionated over here. All right, let me take this off a second so people don't get confused about what they watching. Anyway, like I said, make sure y'all subscribe to Bad Girls Talk. But anyway, Tashima went ghost. I don't know, okay? But what I do know is that she thought she knew. And I think she fivefold, okay? I think she fooled around and found out. All right. Jam Nesto is still waiting on his birthday pics. Do inmates really want pictures of a stick with a bad weave? She been wearing that same $2.99 ponytail for I don't know how long. That ponytail stank. Okay? Just, anyway. 313 Best Side, what's going on? She said, I'm late to the party, but I'm going to hit the replay. All right. On that note, y'all, thank y'all so much for being on the live. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself very, very much, because I definitely enjoyed y'all tonight. All right. Again, make sure you join me tomorrow night on Bad Girls Talk. All right. We got to have a real conversation about Mr. Sharp, who ain't so sharp at all. And we going to do a deep dive. We going to go in. We going to get all up in his business and figure out, what the heck is going on. All right. I'm a visual person, so y'all already know that I got some videos and pics to show y'all. So we're going to do that on tomorrow night over on Bad Girls Talk. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. All right. And if you're in the bushes and you have not subscribed to Wisdom's Daughter, then family, what you waiting on? Okay. All right. Put a ring on it. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications so you do not miss the next live. All right. Be safe, be at peace, and keep your eyes and your ears to these YouTube streets, baby. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.